Lock in America! It's time for Straight Talk! This is the Wayne Dupree Podcast, hosted by Wayne Dupree, with co-host Jason Robertson, delivering powerful opinions, arty debates on politics, entertainment, and the hottest stories. No spin, just honest takes and real conversation! The Wayne Dupree Podcast is lit! Let's get into it right now.
Okay, well, at least we got those first couple steps down. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. My name is Wayne Dupree, and we are live here on the Dupree Report. Glad to be here once again. It is Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. If you didn't think you were going to be here today, you need to shout hallelujah. Or you at least need to give God praise for allowing you to be here one more day. As a matter of fact, one more hour, one more minute, one more second, because these days are not promised to us, especially in this day and time. All right, we have a lot to talk about in a short time to do it. We have Mr. Jason Robertson front. We have Grizzly Scruffy from Minnesota, the outback woods,
Yeehaw!
Beyond the city limits. We have the wilderness man himself, Mr. J.R. Robinson. What's up, J.R.?
Hey, folks. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Dupree Report. Thanks for tuning in. Do us a favor. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the share. And Wayne, you got to get it right. Remember, I'm going not for hillbilly, like body barrier. I'm going for the wizard look. So I got the crazy hair going. I got scruffy beard. And today,
tell me that one.
Today, Jen and I are going to the costume shop so I can order my my wizard costume. And more importantly, Jen also has to dress in Lord of the Rings themed, fantasy themed attire. So my wife gets, and she has no idea. I'm going in, at least I just need a wizard robe and stuff, but she's got to go in and be like, I have no idea what I'm getting. So Jen Robb from Minnesota, hopefully this afternoon, picks out a voluptuous costume that she looks amazing in.
Voluptuous.
Well, yeah, isn't it like all the medieval stuff? It's always, the girls have the little, like, go to a Renaissance fair before it went all weird. Like, that was always the look. So I'm like, come on, honey, let's do this.
She gonna get you.
Oh my God. And she is dying for me to cut my hair. We went to a family function this weekend. I got my hat on from my favorite barbecue place. And they're like, oh, you're looking a little scruffy. I'm like, oh yeah, check this out. Like, and my dad's like, you look like a serial killer. And I'm like, well, yeah, kind of. I mean, they'll be talking to my neighbors, and like, he was such a quiet man, and we had no idea.
It'll be like a week after the wedding. What's that lie?
Right. Yes.
Jason, did you buy? I mean, I had to kill some animals. I had to take care of some dead animals. Don't worry about that. And don't go down in the basement for a little bit. I'm doing some podcast stuff down there.
Right? Yeah. Stay away from the vats of chemicals. It's nothing to worry about. Yeah, and then the day after the wedding, she's gonna like hold me down with the shears.
I bet she is.
Although
it'll be like the end of the month. Jason, can we talk? What's wrong, dear? There's over $2,000 worth of duct tape. You have 4 shovels.
Right. Yeah, if you ever want to have fun, go into the Home Depot and be like, hey, Do you guys wear your tarps and shovels?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like, no reason, just
No reason. It's just
yeah, but I still got like 6 weeks of this thing, so it's oh yeah. I'm waiting to see how fluffy I get.
the first like after maybe like 3 weeks, I was like, damn, he's starting to look like Santa Claus again. But but I ain't say nothing though, right? I was like, okay, if that's the way he's going. But like week 5.5 and stuff, I was like,
Right? Oh yeah.
you starting to look scruffy, homie.
All right. Yeah, then for Christmas it was funny. I got a beard kit with like stuff you rub in it and whatnot. I usually don't keep my beard long enough to worry about it. So yeah, I'm really excited. I know Jen is too. She hates facial hair. So normally I keep it nice and trimmed up. And yeah, she's like, I hope your buddy appreciates what you're doing for this wedding. So and he does. He really appreciates it.
Look, some husbands, I don't know. There's this video online. The husband is holding the baby. Now, it was a prank on the husband, but the wife comes in and she's like, Jonathan Washington Smith. And everybody start walking out of the kitchen away from him while he's standing there. The mother-in-law takes the baby and walks away. So now he's just standing. He's like, she just said my name all three names. Like, what's she mad about? You know, because everybody you walk, I mean, it's like 20 people was in the kitchen. Everybody just walked out. It's like Jonathan Washington Smith.
Oh, that's trouble.
You know,
right?
I can see.
We got to get you grow one out. We got to see who can get a better afro going, Wayne.
I told you I've never had an afro.
I know. You got to fix that. Be my brother in outrageous hairdos.
Can't do it.
You get your hair cut like every 3 days.
Yeah, well, this time I had her take it down really low because can't get one for the next three weeks. So by the time 3 weeks comes, this is a week.
Oh, jeez.
So my hair grows back, and yeah, they make fun of me, but I'm not getting bald or anything. So.
Yeah, it's a problem when you cut your hair short. Someday you go to grow it out, you go, wait a second, my hair starts back here. What happened? What?
I had a barber one time. I never went back. My line is right here. He cut it all the way back here.
Oh, yeah.
So like a week and a half or 2 weeks, my hair was all the way back here, you know. Well, actually, it started growing in, but it looked like the 2-tier where it was real short, and then, you know, I was like, never again. All right, before we get into it,
hair advice from a couple old guys.
Before we get into it, a word about something that's been on probably all of our minds in watching the oil story. When the Strait of Hormuz seizes up and nobody can tell you what a barrel costs next month, that's uncertainty. Uncertainty doesn't stay over there. It shows up in your gas tank. It shows up in your grocery bill. It shows up. It's just the buying power of every dollar that you save. It shows up. That's the kind of instability gold was built to ride out. Augusta Precious Metals helps everyday Americans protect retirement savings with physical gold and silver. Now, they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, thousands of 5-star reviews, and an education-first approach. No pressure, no hype. You call them, they talk to you. They walk you through it. They set you up. Your money. Okay. The problem is you have to let them know that you're interested. If you are listening to this show, if you're watching the show, and you might be interested in something for yourself, something for your family, if you want to send some money to Hillbilly Rick over here, you know, you go to waynesgold.com. That's waynesgold.com, or text Wayne to 35052. They give you a free guide, no attachments. Just they give you a free guide. If you're interested, your family's interested, friends interested, they can call and just, we don't get paid off of this. Okay. Just let them know Wayne sent you. Okay. But yeah, they have partnered with our awesome friends over at Red Voice Media. Don't forget to check out rvmnews.com too. But yeah, they have a 4.9 average across thousands of reviews. They last for if you go and check out the Better Business Bureau right now, you can see A plus Better Business Bureau rating. It's totally accurate. So again, waynesgold.com, or text Wayne to 35052. Okay, we're going to get straight into the news. Jason doesn't want to talk about it, but we're just going to get a little bit.
Are we
because
talking about the Straits of Hormuz?
No, actually, we're going to talk about Israel and Iran. But no, actually, we're just going to lay out the land. It's kind of fast moving. So Israel, after it's supposed to be a ceasefire, after everything was supposed to be calmed down, after yesterday, Israel struck the southern Beirut suburbs overnight, saying it was retaliating for Hezbollah firing toward northern Israel. No, I'm sorry. That's how it started over the weekend. Israel and Iran traded fire on Monday for the first time since April. We already know that. But according to Al Jazeera, Iran announced Monday afternoon it was halting attacks, but warned it would resume more severe strikes if Israel keeps up the hostilities in southern Lebanon. Netanyahu said Israel has halted attacks on Iran, but stopped short of calling it a ceasefire, because we all know ceasefire doesn't mean ceasefire over there. Iran's civil aviation body said airspace is back to normal and flights are resuming. According to CNBC, Trump's two social posts, Trump insists peace negotiation, and I think he said on the tarmac last night, peace negotiations are still proceeding, and said the blockade stays in full force until a deal. Iran's Revolutionary Guard called the weekend strike a warning. So that is the update of where we are right now. Question, Jason, if the ceasefire only holds when nobody touches Lebanon, is that really a ceasefire? Or is it just a pause with conditions?
Option 2. There's no such thing as a ceasefire in the Middle East. Come on. That's like saying there's a fair election in California. Like, come on. That was my opinion, News Guard. That was my opinion. I'm just saying, like, I referred to the quote. We should find the clip. But last week, Trump's like, yeah, ceasefire just means they're shooting each other less. I mean, truer words were never spoken about the Middle East as you look at things. And Bubba's dropped some stuff in the Rumble chat. Hezbollah did launch an attack into Israel yesterday. And yeah.
Whoa, wait. Bubba, who said that? Did Israel say that?
We'll have to see what Bubba has to say.
Yeah. Did Israel say that?
Who knows? Okay. It's so hard to keep track of. You know, you follow the Telegram channels and you follow the news, and it's like, who knows how accurate or up to date the information is, you know? I mean, a lot of people too, even on social media, are sharing clips and it's from 2 weeks ago or 2 hours ago. You just don't know. Yeah. And it's funny because you see it with the Israel war, but you also see it with other things. Somebody shares a clip and then all of a sudden all the accounts grab the clip and start resharing it. And that original, and they don't even like the clip might be legit, but you don't know when it happened. Right. And then it'll be like, so-and-so did this, and you don't know it was from 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And we've both probably done it.
Or a year ago.
I know I have, where you reshare something, you're like, oh crap, that was from like 3 weeks ago. It was fascinating. So yeah, it's hard to tell what's real, and especially with fog of war and all those things.
I got in trouble one time because, and this was a couple of years ago. I got in trouble one time when I had shared a post of a city riot. Okay, and because it was blowing up online, I was like, okay, let me go in and share it too.
Right.
Turned out that the riot had happened like a couple of years, not a couple of weeks, a couple of years earlier. You know, it's like, oh man, how can I be that stupid? You know,
Right.
But you don't know until, well, you should know because you should research. But Jason's right. When things are moving, when things, most people want to be end to end. Okay, they don't want to be end to out. They want to be end to end. So if something's moving fast, especially back during the time when you were getting paid on clicks and stuff, you're not getting paid too much on clicks these days. But you speaking about that, Zuckerberg is firing a lot of people.
Yes.
But the AI that they have in place is not 100% proof.
Not even 90.
But it does give you some good ideas. Like Jason showed me this thing on there, and if I have a page or whatnot, you should check your vitals or whatever insights to see if you're part of the creator program.
Yeah, on Facebook, as you generate content, they pay you for the engagement on the post. Very similar to Twitter.
But with Facebook, if like you can choose, like if you create 16 reels. I'm on that one right now. You get $50 if you create 16 reels within 7 days or something like that, right? Their creator AI that they have will look at what you have done, and not only will it tell you your highs and lows or the best practices of what you have done, it will say, do you want a script? It will say, do you want something to help you out to fill what we think will work for you? Like on my personal page, it tells me you're reaching an audience that is not your audience anymore. Facebook is feeding you to non-followers now. Where my page is looking at the brand that I'm putting out right now, and it's like, this is working for this, but you're only keeping people 3 to 4 seconds, and this is what you should do to move it past that. So have you seen that?
Yeah, the AI tools are pretty astounding. I mean, and it's funny for those who've done digital marketing for a while. I always say digital marketing is great because if your stuff's not working, it's a you problem 90% of the time. I mean, there's always like, you can't talk about this or that, but for content creators, you like that's the whole game. If you're marketing a product or content or whatever you're doing, is you look to see what people engaged with, and you create content, whether it's they like the topic, the structure, the look of the meme. It's funny, one of the most fascinating things, and I think Wayne will encounter this. You like spend all this time making a really good looking image or graphic, and then it gets zero engagement. And then you spend like 5 seconds making like the ugliest looking thing ever, and all of a sudden that thing blows up. And it's fascinating. Right now, Will's been playing around with some meme generators, and he's found a couple formats that are showing promise, and it's just funny how it works. But now you've taken a lot of that, and it's just AI generation, and you can even see it on a lot of the platforms, where I've seen some on other people in the space where like they'll say they'll type to the AI like, "Hey, can you make me a post that's so long and talks about this, like so many words?" But then they'll forget and they copy the instruction, so it'll be like in the post. Uh,
I've done
I
that. I've done that before. I've
yeah,
done
I
that.
had to text a buddy of mine. I'm like, "Hey, just so you know, you left your instructions in the
Yeah,
text."
yeah,
A-
yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and to me, like for us, we will use AI to generate graphics that are funny or whatnot, and it's pretty clear they're AI. We don't use AI for writing or any of that stuff because like we want it to be more authentic with what we really think and that sort of thing. But yeah, and a lot of these big accounts too that you'll find online, even named accounts, especially on Twitter X, like it's not even the person running it, you know. And I've talked
Mhm.
about the Hodge twins before because they've said this publicly. Like their Facebook, if you're on Facebook engaging with them, that's not even them. Like they don't even log into it, you know. They have somebody that runs that account, and that's why a lot of times you'll see the Facebook account kind of sharing one opinion on a scenario and the Twitter account, which I think they run or are more involved in, doing the other. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, I tell you, it has helped me tremendously because I would look at a story like with the Apache this morning. I didn't have time to do the story. I really didn't. I didn't have time to do the story. I did the research and stuff, but it was breaking right then. So I took the whole summary of everything that I come up with, the whole summary. I said, I need a fact sheet. I need a fact sheet fast. I source these things. I source the Military Times, I think. No, Stars and Stripes. I source Stars and Stripes for this. Uh, and it like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, there you go. Put it out. Uh, I'm I'm noticing a whole lot of like with Instagram. Instagram works better with carousels than they do with one pagers. Okay, um, where Facebook, I used to think that they were good on the memes, but I think I think more so they like their reels too. And what Jason was talking about you can work so long on a storybook type of deal, and then one day you're like, whatever, I'll just put this out here, and then that goes viral. That happened to my daughter last week. She had been working on something like for a couple days, and then she put it on TikTok, Michael Jackson, and it was like, eh,
50 views.
eh. But then she just found something and said, bloop, and like 5,000 views. You know, she was like, "What? What?" You know, I said, "Yeah, it happens like that." You know,
Well, what's funny too when you do content creation, it'll be like, okay, here's what's working now. Like from a
right? Exactly.
format, from a
Yeah.
structure,
Yep.
this real
Yep.
type, this sort of post, the image, and
That's
then
right.
without them telling you, like it
They won't
just
tell you.
and you just wake up one day and it's like,
Yep.
oh, it turns out posting this way no longer works.
Yep.
So then it's like, okay, well, and like I mean, behind the scenes, like we make money from websites where we run websites where we write articles. And when you read the article, we get, fraction of a cent or whatever every time somebody reads one or clicks on an ad. And, so you need to get, you know, millions of people to read your stuff to
Yeah.
make a living. Well, they're making it so much more difficult on all these platforms because they want you to keep people on the platform. So they don't want you to share a link where like you give an overview, click here to go read the article. But then the platform doesn't want to pay you when
Yeah.
very much for when people are reading. So it's like
Yeah. True.
it's a difficult spot. Oh, Wayne looks deep in thought.
It's not posted on Getter.
Oh, see, and you do like 95 platforms too. I don't know how you keep up with all that.
I'm doing it for years, man.
We do like 4, and like that, we do like Facebook, Rumble, Twitter, Substack, and we do Telegram, but
You do Substack?
yeah.
You have RTMP for Substack?
Yes and no, but yeah. We
Is it?
write all original content for Substack,
I did
and
right.
yeah,
But
and that content we don't share anywhere else but on Substack.
no,
And
no, no, no. I'm talking for your videos though.
what
How
do
do
you
you
mean?
do live? You say that you do videos on. Do you do live? Do you broadcast on Substack?
We do a little bit, not much. We will upload videos to Substack,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
we won't necessarily like try to
broadcast
do
live.
a live.
Okay.
Integrating that with the other platforms to do a live show
Yeah.
isn't. Yeah, and
'Cause-
it's hard to because like we encounter on the show, like if you use Rumble Studio and you stream to like 6 platforms or however many it lets you do, like it's hard to like we can't see Facebook comments. So anybody on Facebook page saying, "Hey, why Jason's stupid," or "Wayne's great," or whatever, like we can't see. So then if you use like StreamYard, it works with more of the platforms, but not all of the platforms. So like Getter, if we're streaming on like 10 different things, if we don't have windows open to all those 10 things, we don't see the comments on them. So
Yeah, yeah. It was like that when, like, I was going to tell you before I started the show. I don't know why. I just went to StreamYard. I did. I was like, StreamYard. I said, oh, wait a minute. We're not over here. And then,
StreamYard is so good.
it is. It is. It is. And I used to have OBS. I used to have OBS. I used to love OBS. I just never learned how to use OBS with uh, StreamYard. And actually, this is like OBS, but it's not. Okay, it's because it has your scenes. OBS has scenes, but OBS is easy. Oh, you could do OBS is straight up easy.
Rumble
But
Studio reminds me of like an Android phone. You know how you always have those buddies that
mm,
want you to get you on an Android and they're
yeah,
like, oh, this new Samsung with Android version, whatever. Like, oh, it does all these cool things. And you go to use it and you're like, I would need to make it my life's work to use my phone. And meanwhile, you pick up an iPhone and you can be proficient in anything in 12 seconds.
yeah,
That's kind of Rumble Studio and StreamYard. And Rumble Studio is funny too, because a lot of the stuff you can't even play around with until you're live. So like
right,
we make
right,
the
right.
studio, we set it up. Anybody that comments before we go live, we can't even see it.
Same thing. Yep,
So
yep.
it's just so much. But StreamYard's like great. Like we do our videos that we upload to Rumble, or when we do podcasts, or when Will does interviews, we do that. Yeah, and Substack. I know Wayne's got one. It's Substack's great, but
It
it's
is.
hard.
It is.
Here's
Yeah.
what's nice.
Yes, it is.
Substack, you get to write whatever you want,
Yeah.
and you get to talk about any topic,
Yep.
anything.
Yep.
Substack, if you subscribe, sends you a notification.
Yep.
And for a creator, the only way you make any money on Substack is if somebody hits the paid sub button.
Right.
So, when we're writing on our website, we have to be a little cautious about some things we talk about or don't talk about because you've got your Google ads on there. On Substack, it's 100% whatever you want to say. There's no anything, and it's nice for our creators. Like I'm not the writer or anything, but like it gives you an immediate snapshot, unfiltered, unvetted, that says, okay, this is how many people want to read. This is how many people thinks what I'm creating is worth money and are going to pay me. Because pretty much most our content is all free on there. And then we'll do like either part of an article. We do 75% free and then like 25% paid. And it's like it's funny. Will always sends me his Substack stuff to review and whatnot, and it's great because you get a vote like that day. Like he sent out a piece this morning. He's gonna get 5,000-6,000 people that are gonna read it, and then some people are gonna be inspired to hit the. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pay this kid $5 a month or whatever he's got it set at, and like yeah, it's kind of a nice benchmark for a creator if like there are no shenanigans. It's just people read it, people like it, you're
Mm,
good. People don't like it, they don't pay you.
that's right. Let me see.
Oh, Mark uses OBS for recording.
See, I like OBS. I do. Well,
Oh
I
God!
did.
Don't tell me we're gonna get OBS, and I gotta try to log.
No. I used to like OBS. But for some reason it got. Oh yeah. I couldn't do it with StreamYard. So I was like, okay, well, I just go to Stream. Actually, there was another dude. We have seen so many things come and go. You know what I'm saying? Um, we have seen so many. Um, let me get rid of this because this is vexing me right now. I'm trying to talk and do this thing at the same time, but this thing is vexing me.
Vexing. What a word.
You like that? You like that? I heard that. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
see, I enjoy when we use Rumble Studio because like I just log in as a guest. I can't click anything. I can't like so I don't have to. It's kind of nice.
Okay, where are you? Wait a minute. Where are you at?
I have no idea. I'm in Minnesota.
No, I mean,
You're
okay.
looking for some.
Am I still there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, where are you at? Where are you? I lost your picture.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
What picture?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, I don't know. I can see you.
There you go. I got you.
All right. Wayne's clicking around.
I gotcha.
See,
All
we
right.
got to get Mark as like running the back room for us while we're doing the podcast, so that
We used to have production like that. Okay. The main thing. Thune. Trump, publicly demanded you know what? And MTG. Well, okay. First, Trump publicly demanded that the Senate's top parliamentarian push out. Well, actually, let me calm down. Trump wanted the Senate Majority Leader to remove the Senate parliamentarian after she ruled GOP provisions out of a reconciliation package. Thune basically said, nah, in plain terms. He said that the referee calls a parliamentarian a referee and says this person has called balls and strikes fairly in the Senate. But I think the story here is, and the reason why I brought up MTG, because MTG is like, that 60 vote rule?
yes.
It's not set in stone. That's just something that they go by,
right.
But if I hadn't heard that, because to this point I'm like, okay, well, that's it. No, it's not it. That's just something that they go by. And I used to remember Hutch used to talk about how the Senate is where bills go to die, or that's where they're supposed to, that's how you have your checks and balances. The House puts out a whole lot of stuff. House puts out a whole lot of crap. They put out a whole lot of spending stuff in here. And the Senate is supposed to be the adult side of Congress, to be honest. And the adult side is supposed to hold the House accountable. It's a thing. But over the last 50 years, 60 years, Clinton on up, maybe Bush one, I can't remember. But it seems like that not only do you hear about the rubber stamp deal, well, if it goes up there, it's got to go up there, and then the president has to sign it. The voting blocks have decided if it doesn't go all the way, then something's wrong. Like there's something wrong with the system, but it doesn't go all the way. But sometimes you have stuff that goes in. Most of the time, it's supposed to go back out. Because if you just have stuff to go in all the way, you can have a whole lot of stuff that's hurting a whole lot of Americans all the time. And actually, that's what we've had over the last 50, 60 years. We've just had stuff go in, money going here, taxes going up, taxes going down, tax this and that. And Americans are like, why? Cost of living is this? Regulate that. And it's like the only people getting hurt is us. So Thune basically said it's a hard job and it needs a fair referee, and basically is signaling that her position is safe. She's been in there since Harry Reid, since 2012, kept on by Mitch McConnell. She's the first woman in the role. Trump also went after McConnell in the same post. I don't think that is in the way that Thune is putting it out there. I don't think that in the way that he crafted it. I don't think it's partisan for in the way that he crafted it. I think that it, to a point, it's the Senate and the president again. Like I said a couple weeks ago, Senate killed Julius Caesar. If anybody's looking at somebody stopping somebody, yeah, I know we talk about the House and stuff. It's a lot to do with the Senate, and that's Thune and McConnell. We've already said that Thune was a McConnell boy anyway. So,
well, here's the difficulty with this is the government is designed to not do much, and they're designed to make it difficult to push things through. And that's why there's all these checks and balances. That is a design feature, not a bug. The problem has been that, and Minnesota used to be a great example. Most years we would have divided House, Senate, governors. And as soon as Democrats got control, they pushed through a bunch of idiotic things. And we've seen that before when Democrats at the federal level get in charge of all three branches and they can push through what they want. Like they go wild and they push through things that the average American doesn't. They also have the uniparty, and by that it's the establishment Republicans pairing up with the Democrats. I'll use a great example, the SAVE Act. There is at least 50% of Americans that don't believe our elections. They think that, I mean, look at any polling, any stats, about 70-80% of Americans, depending on what stats you want to use, believe that we should have more consequential verification of elections, voter rolls, how to register, that kind of thing. People will make an argument we don't want to federalize the elections, but the problem is too many states just aren't like enforcing any standards on it, and so it's impacting the rest of the nation. So they could pass the SAVE Act. SAVE Act, truth be told, the SAVE Act's very benign in my opinion, and I think most Americans prefer it, but you will never get a single Democrat to vote for it. And all you need is a handful of Republicans, your establishment Republicans, who really aren't up there serving you. John Thune's not serving you, folks. I don't know if this is, I don't think this is a new shock to anybody. Mitch McConnell wasn't serving you. The Republican Party for decades has not served you. We have a small contingent up there, and we cover them on the show. They're trying to fight the good fight, but yeah. So I think part of where the country's gone off tilt in the last 30, 40, 50 years is that whenever we make substantive change, it's generally falls lurching more left. And you never get a lurch back to the right when the right gets in power, because they just don't have interest in doing that. And so it's like you move left, they move maybe a little more to the center. You move further left, they move a little more to the center, and then things get out of control. I mean, just like look at the welfare programs. Like none of these should even exist at the federal level.
It's a money thing. It's a money thing, and it's a kickback thing, and it's a lobbyist thing, and it's a party. It's a party, and we're not invited to it. So that's how that works. And honestly, I think Thune is insulated,
Right.
just like McConnell. I've seen online where some people will say, we need to get, back in the day, we need to get McConnell out. McConnell never got out. Never got out.
Yeah, they're wheeling him out,
Yeah. I mean, he got out on his own. Pelosi, got to get out. Got out on her own. Thune is going to be in there until Thune wants to go.
Yep.
He's been handed the key to the kingdom, and McConnell outlasted. Wait a minute. McConnell's only been. Was McConnell in there under Bush, or was that Reed?
I'd have to look it up. He's been in there forever. And here's the thing, he's kind of like McCarthy, where he controlled the money for decades.
Oh,
So even if he wasn't in charge.
Obama came after Bush, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Reed was only there halftime because he got beat up or something. No. News guard, I'm only making a joke. And then McConnell took over when Obama was in there. And then Trump came in. And then McConnell was there. So McConnell's been there for a while under a couple presidents and insulated. So you can expect a younger Thune to be there for a few more presidents, unless he gets that black eye. Usually when they get a black eye, they're gone. I don't know what it is about that black eye, but black or the nose thing, or
well, and in the Senate, they used to have like duels. Like back in the day, it would be like on the Senate floor, and they'd be like, let's go outside. And it wasn't for fisticuffs. And like, I kind of think that might be a good way to get back to. Just
put it on pay-per-view. I mean, you want to raise some money? Put that stuff on pay-per-view. I bet you dollars to donuts. I just hit my funny bone and it's not funny. I bet you dollars to donuts that if we were holding those lawmakers accountable for the lies and stuff that they say, which they get away with in Congress, if they were holding it on a pay-per-view channel with serious consequences, some, what are those things that they poke cows with?
prod.
Dude, they could clear up the national debt and like that. They clear the national debt like that.
And it's interesting too, because it comes back, and Bubba will remember the quote, or somebody in the chat, but these rules, the Constitution, were all written for a moral people that shared similar values. And now people don't share similar values. And there is no, like in Minnesota, I've talked about the Somali fraud. They set up the Somali fraud to be easy for people to get the services they need. And they never imagined that people would be so dishonest that they would steal money from autistic kids, steal food from other kids, and scam the system. It wasn't even in our DNA. Like as a Minnesotan, like that's just like a foreign concept that we need to build all these guardrails around these programs. But when you let in a bunch of people that don't share that same moral foundation you do, suddenly you need to build that. You need to change that. And then, if your legislature doesn't catch up, it's difficult. I mean, another example. So where I live, I go into a Target and some things are locked up. I go closer to Minneapolis, I go in a Target and many things are locked up. I go up to where the kids live, more in northern Minnesota, nothing's locked up in a Target store. And it's just the makeup of the people in those communities. They're high trust society and lower trust society. And it's when you let in people that don't share your moral framework, then you need to adjust your rules.
Yeah. And used to call it Pandora's box. Actually, I still call it. I just don't talk about it too much because I'm like, you really don't have, See, you're gonna have me going into it.
Oh, let's go, Wayne. Let's have some.
Going into Congress. We don't have any adults in Congress. We really don't. They want you and me to be responsible for taking care of our house. They want us to be responsible for taking care of our bills. They want us to be responsible for taking care of our kids. They want us to be responsible for taking care of our neighborhoods. They want us to be responsible for taking care of everything that they think we should be responsible for. And we send them up there to work together for the good of the nation, and they can't take care of that. Just like Jason said, only a couple things they're just responsible for it, and they're like, food stamps. Let's go. Oh, wait, Jason, he's sitting in the back room. Let's make a Social Security fund.
Right.
And then we can take some of the money. Nobody be the wiser, Oh, damn.
See, I'm going to fact check you, Wayne, so NewsGuard doesn't have to, okay?
I was joking, NewsGuard. I was joking.
No. I'm serious. We like to think that they're incompetent or they're not adults or that kind of thing. They 1000% are not. These are people who are smart and devious and effective, and they go into government to serve, to enrich themselves. And they, even some of the people that start out like, I'm just going to go serve in the House for a few years and let's get the common man up there. 20 years later, they're still there. 20 years later, they're still cashing checks. And when the government was formed, it was a money loser to go serve in Congress. Like you had to be successful. You had to have enough personal wealth where you could afford time to go serve in Congress or be the president or whatever you want to do. It was a duty, not a job path. I liken it to, if you've ever lived in a homeowners association, it was very much kind of like that. Like if you serve on the board of the HOA, other than being annoying, you don't make nothing for it. And your neighbors are going to get pissed at you. So I've served on a board of an HOA. It was horrible, but I did it because I'm like, well, it's kind of my responsibility. I'm part of these people. I'm part of this community. I should go do it. And that was how politics was supposed to be. We have now created a financial incentive. We have created career paths for people to just go into Congress. And some of them are just dumb because they've never done anything in the real world. And some of them are just like, they just know the money, it's everybody responds to financial incentives. Like if Wayne posts a dog meme and he makes a bunch of money, the Wayne Dupree Facebook page is going to be full of dog memes. I'm just telling you, people respond to financial incentives, and they get up to Congress, and I'm not talking their salary, but they're in control of all this other money, and they can give a contract to their buddy or their constituents, and you've created a financial incentive, and that's what they always respond to, is the financial incentive. And and like I say, there's a handful that actually are like, I want to go up and serve. And we talk like Tuberville. I think he legitimately wanted to go serve, and he has, and hopefully becomes governor, and there's a few more out there, but they're too few and far between.
Yeah, few and far between. But there's a reason, well, including that, we've gotten to a point that, Jason was talking about morality earlier. We've gotten to a point that if you decide that you want to serve, if you decide that you want to, I want to step up, I want to be some sort of, because it's in me. Actually, it's really in everybody. Honestly, it is. It's just that many people suppress it because they don't want to be, oh man. But, and going back to what I was going to say, the morality is the media, the all these groups, all this stuff, they want to dox you. They got to get into your life. They got to get into your family's life. They got to get into your first cousin and your second cousin. They got to find some dirt on you. And some people just don't want to go through that. Even if they don't have anything, they just don't want to go through that. Because we have seen many people, I don't know whether they're good or bad, but we've seen many people that have been torn down by the media before they even start. Or after they get started, then something comes along. 12 years ago, he said that it was found on a Twitter page and stuff. And the next thing you know, they're stepping away. I can't do this. I can't. I'm not going to run. And it's like, wow. They go back to high school. They go back to, I'm not going to say they go to elementary school, but they go back to high school, college, early years in college, where if any of y'all in the room are the same person that you were when you were 20 years old, right now, if you were the same person you were 20 years ago, number one, there's something wrong with you. I mean, seriously, there's something wrong with you. If you're the same person that you were 20 years ago, with everything that has happened, with everything that has changed, with all the doodads and the shindings and the shenanigans and all this, if you're the same person that you were 20 years ago, I think there's something wrong with you. But people change over a period of time. So it's like, why are you going to hold that against them? When President Trump was trying to run in 2016, they bring in stuff that was 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, stuff years that happened years ago. They bring that up. He can't go back and change it. Nobody can go back to the past and change all that stuff. It's like,
Well,
do you really want to go
dovetail on who should be serving in Congress? And I'm going to put on, many people don't know, I got a college degree in human resources with an emphasis on organizational development and compliance. Uh-oh. Wayne spilled on his shirt. And I actually have a senior human resource professional certification. So I come with a little background to use terms for this. When you look at a candidate, you look for three things: knowledge, skills, and abilities. Knowledge is somebody who read something or learned something. I know something. Skill is somebody who takes the next step and actually tried it. And they have way more value than the knowledge people, right? They didn't just read the book, they would actually put it in practice. And ability is somebody who puts all this stuff in practice and is both has success and failure and improves. And in our society, we have pushed these knowledge people way too far. And the example they use when they were teaching it is, let's say your kid's choking, right? And you got to pick somebody from the crowd to save your kid so they don't die. And somebody says, I know how to do that. I read the book. You are not going to let them save your kid. Knowledge people get excluded. Then if you move into the skill people, so they have the knowledge and they've actually done it. Hey, I had read the book and I did some practice rounds. You should consider that one more. And finally, if you have the ability, somebody steps up and says, hey, I've been an ER nurse for 10 years. That would be the one you'd pick. And in government, we need to pick successful people in some enterprise to go do things that have been successful. It's like Trump, when everybody's like, oh, Donald Trump bankrupt 5 businesses. Good for him, because everything's not going to work. You need somebody who's going to go out, try different things, be in different industries, see what's going to work, bring those experiences to DC. It's part of why I love Trump. That's part of why I love Ross Perot back in the day. He actually had success outside of things. Spencer Pratt, one of the things I found intriguing of him as a candidate is he's actually been a fairly successful person in some of his endeavors, and he's tried different things. And too often we have people who their only success has been, I was a politician, and they never accomplished anything. Uh-oh, Wayne looks troubled. That was a quick wardrobe change, though.
Yeah. Breaking news. President Trump said the U.S. military informed him that Iran shot down the Army Apache helicopter that went down off the coast of Oman. adding that the U.S. must, of necessity, respond to this attack. Quote, I've just been informed by a great military that last night the Iranians shot down one of our highly sophisticated Apache helicopters while patrolling over the Strait of Hormuz. There were 2 pilots involved. Both are safe and uninjured. Nevertheless, the United States must, of necessity, respond to this attack. So the U.S. uncrewed. I was going to say unscrewed. The U.S. uncrewed drone boat. Ladies and gentlemen, we have unmanned drone boat. Why not just say unmanned? We have unmanned drone boats now. Rescued the 2 members of the helicopter incident, lost the first loss of the Apache since the conflict with Iran began. Yeah, Jason was talking about book smart people, right? Just hope that those book smart people don't have anything other in their past about missing attacks or, just accidentally filing something wrong or something, that because the people that I was just talking about, the leechers and the attack dogs, they're going to hire staff to find something other than what you have graduated with and how smart you are. And that's why
I mean that's kind of my point. Is it's not, we need less book smart people and no more life smart people up there.
Right. But if you have better book smart people, you better hope that they don't have anything in their background, is what I'm saying. Because there's a whole lot of good people out there. There's a whole lot of excellent people out there that don't want to get in because they don't want anybody looking into their family. You know what I'm saying? The rat race. Most men, I don't know if this sounds misogynistic or whatnot. Most men, if they're married, they'll ask their wife first.
They what?
They will ask their wife first if this is something that they should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any smart wife will say, don't go into politics.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to be married to you. Like, they send you to D.C. and you're going to be hanging out with, like, they'd be like, I'd rather you go to the club at 2 in the morning. You're probably with less.
Want to go to a strip club? Here, take some wine. I'd rather you go to.
I think most wives would rather their husband went to the strip club than go serve in Congress, because they're probably less likely to have debauchery there.
I know you ain't gay, but you can go to the gay club too.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen,
get to Congress and they become a sexual deviant.
That's what they do. It's initiate. Now, you know what? I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that because NewsGuard are gonna get me if I say it. If I say that it's initiation, but I'm not saying it. But if I was to say there was initiation, then NewsGuard could get me. But I'm not saying that it's initiation.
Yeah, anyways, well, let's wrap up and get out of here. I gotta go get a costume.
All right, Gandalf.
Yes, Gandalf the Grey.
Here's some last thoughts.
All right, folks. First of all, thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Love the chats. Love seeing people engage with each other. Someday we'll figure out how to get them on the screen in a good place. But we appreciate you tuning in. Second thought of the day is, how about Trump going to Madison Square Garden? Like belly of the beast, baby. I love that. Trump is a baller. And then final thought for the day is Carmelo Anthony trial. They've done closing arguments. We should have a verdict at some point. So buckle up. That one's, no matter how that goes, you're going to have a lot of people upset. So pray for everybody, and we'll talk to everybody tomorrow.
It's kind of funny when he says New York Knicks and Carmelo Anthony at the same time, because at first
he said, Carmelo used to play.
When he said Carmelo Anthony, I had to lift my head up. What happened? What? And then
the other Carmelo Anthony, one on trial for murder.
A lot of people in New York not happy with the president right now because they had 15-game winning streak, 16-game winning streak, and last night I was like, man, I hope they win. I I hope they win, because if they don't, they're gonna blame them. That's what those crazy people up there are doing. All right. We'll close out the week tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna close out the week.
We're just doing Wednesdays, huh? All right.
Yeah, we're doing Wednesdays. I got to get to work, Jason. I gotta get to
You
work.
got to get them dog memes going, Wayne.
Or the cat memes.
Cat memes, yeah, cat memes are a hit.
Yeah, I got a cat. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Jason. I think we got to do this and